On this episode of Design Experiment, we're turning a gradient mesh into a colorful spinning final disc, all inside Adobe Illustrator. It's fast, fun, and unexpectedly beautiful. Let's jump in. Select the first image and go to the top menu, Object, and select Create Gradient Mesh. In the dialog box, set the rows to 50 and columns to 6. Leave the rest of the settings as default, then click OK. Select the second image, go to Object, Create Gradient Mesh again, and this time set the rows to 50 and the columns to 11 and click OK. Now we have two gradient mesh based on the same image but with different mesh complexity. We are now going to bend each mesh. Select the first gradient mesh, go to Effect, Warp, and Arc. Set style to horizontal and the bend 100%. Then click OK. Repeat for the second mesh and apply the same arc warp effect with the same settings. Now both gradient mesh have a beautiful arc shape, and for the next step is to turn this arc gradient into thick final grooves. We need to compress them horizontally. Select both warp gradient mesh, go to Object, Transform, and Scale. Set the horizontal scale to 5%. Keep vertical at 100%. And then click OK. Now the shape are compressed into thick curves. Next, we'll flip one of them vertically and place it under the other to form a full circular structure. With both selected, go to Object, Expand Appearance. Now select one of the meshes. In the Properties panel, click Flip Vertically. Drag it downward and align it just below the first mesh. Make sure the bottom edge meets perfectly. At this point, this final base is already taking shape. Now, we'll simulate light reflection across the final surface by manipulating some anchor points. Use the Direct Selection tool or press A on the keyboard. Click and drag over several mesh anchor points horizontally. With those selected, change their fill color to white from the swatch panel. Next, grab the lasso tool or just press key on the keyboard. Randomly draw around small groups of anchor points across the final surface. Again, change their fill to white. Just do the same things randomly with the rest of the anchor points. We just won't like hitting the surface in random spot to mimic how real final reflect on the light. Move to the next step. Select the ellipse tool or just press L on the keyboard. Remove the fill and change the color of the stroke to black. Draw a small circle right in the center of the final. Draw a larger circle. Make sure it's bigger but still within the center area. Select both circles. Go to Object, Blend, and Make. Then go to Object again, Blend, and Blend option. Change spacing to specified distance. Try any values until you see nice, clean, concentric lines. And click OK. Open the window menu, Transparency, change blending mode to soft light. Let's add more realistic highlight using white stroke blends. Again, draw a small circle at the center with white stroke. Draw another larger circle with the same color stroke. Select both circles, set stroke width to 3 points, go to Object, Blend, and Make. Go to Object again, Blend, and Blend option. Set spacing to specify distance, but this time increase the distance for a lesser pattern. And the transparency panel, set the blending mode to soft-like. The next step is to add the final outer edge. Draw a large black stroke circle just inside the final edge. Open the stroke panel and increase the stroke point to 10. Set line stroke to inside, and in the transparency panel, change blending mode to overlay. For the finishing touch, duplicate this stroke circle or just press Ctrl plus C, then Ctrl plus F to paste. Select all the objects, right click, and make clipping mask. What do you think about this experiment? I'd love to know what do you think about this idea. Maybe make it into a logo, a music poster, or a background texture. Drop your thought in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful or inspiring, feel free to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you won't miss the next design experiment. Keep creating, keep designing, and let's create together. I'll see you in the next LADALIDI video.